Today we have this beautiful Benedictus hymn of Zechariah. When Elizabeth and Zechariah were told that Elizabeth was to have a child in her elderly age, Zechariah couldn't make sense of it. And as part of that, he was cast dumb by God for about 9 months. And we have yesterday's gospel of the naming of John the Baptist. As Zechariah and Elizabeth come and they say, what name should we give this child? And as we know, Elizabeth is insisting the name will be John. They're saying, there's no one in your family with that name. And then Zechariah then writes on a tablet to say his name is John. And then the first words that come out of Zechariah's mouth is what we hear today. The first words of a father at the birth of his child. Growing up in my own family, I have 3 sisters and 2 brothers. And I also have a father who loves to tell stories, as fathers often do. And my father often will tell stories about the things he said surrounding the birth of each of the different children. Whether he actually said them at that particular moment, I'm not entirely sure, but he recalls certain things from his memory as to what were the first things that came out of his mouth on seeing his new children. Here we have Zechariah proclaiming the praises of God, the first words he had said in over 9 months. And what he does is he recognises that his child can change everything. It will change the course of history for the Jewish people. And he has this beautiful, this eloquent expression, this hymn of praise to God. All parents hope and desire that their children will change their family and will change the world for the better. At least I hope that's the way most parents react at the birth of their children. Zechariah thought it will change not just the family, it will change the people of Israel. And we have the first half of this hymn is talking about the impact this will have upon the people of Israel. And the second half of the hymn talks specifically about the child John the Baptist, that he will become the prophet of the Most High. He will go before the Lord to prepare the way for the Lord, speaking specifically of the little child. This is what Zechariah says about the coming of John the Baptist. I would love to have heard what Zechariah says about the coming of Jesus. Tomorrow, and from tonight, we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ amongst us. It doesn't just have a significance for the people of Israel. It changes history as we know it. As we know that we count our years not from the birth of John the Baptist, not from the birth of Caesar or the birth of Queen Elizabeth. We count the years from the birth of Jesus Christ. It changes everything. I'd love also to hear what Zechariah would have said about the young Jesus, what Jesus would actually do to become not just the prophet, but actually to become the saviour of the entire world. This is what we're looking forward to when we celebrate tomorrow. It changes everything. It changes our world, and it will change our world again today as we celebrate Christmas. And it needs to change our world again. We need a saviour again. And that saviour is Jesus Christ. Let us delight in the words of Zechariah to give praise to God for what his child would bring for Israel and for his family. And let us tomorrow give praise to God for what Jesus Christ has done to save our world and to save each and every one of us. Come, radiant dawn, splendour of eternal light, Sun of justice, shine on those lost in the darkness of death.